Hello, my name is Ashley Scher. I'm the founder and CEO of ShareLove.Fund. Today we're examining Chapter 6, verse 15 of the Gita. Chapter 6, verse 15 reads as follows. By steadily and continuously practicing yoga in this way, the yogi wins over his or her mind and realizes the peace that is my nature. This in turn naturally leads to nirvana. Nirvana is a term often used by the Buddha. Nirvana is mind nakedness, absolute serenity and peace. Your mind isn't clothed. Your self isn't covered with cloth or anything. It is completely free. A totally liberated person is naked. The self is naked, uncovered. That's the meaning of nirvana. In order to experience this, Krishna says, just think of me and only me. That means think of the absolute. Try to eliminate all other thoughts. It's a beautiful thing to teach. But how can you even think of only the absolute? It's very hard. But at least you can feel the absolute is something vast. Actually, that's the idea behind the personification of Vishnu, a name that means the absolute, unlimited, omnipresent, omnipotent, omnipotent. Omni, this omni, repeat that. It's kind of like Om. When you say Om, you can think omni. Nothing can limit you. Don't just think of a little fraction or fractional things. Patanjali says this in the Yoga Sutra. If you keep thinking of the infinite, you feel bigger. You feel yourself expanding. Why? What do you think? You become. You feel unlimited. Don't think, I'm just this body. I only belong to this or that. Don't always keep the mind in petty little things. All of them are simply aids that just come and go. One guru once said, if a seeker constantly thinks of food, all the merit obtained in his or her practice will melt away like a bundle of salt thrown in a river. How much time we spend thinking what to eat in the morning, what to eat at noon, what to eat in the afternoon. Menus, diets, balanced diets, microbiotic diets, organic diets. Too much time is spent on thinking of food, making food, eating food. Another saint said, I just want to be in solitude, Lord. I know I have a body. Occasionally, it might need some food. So when I feel hungry, I should be able to just grab anything that's available, a ripe fruit, a dry leaf, or a root. That means take anything simple just to satisfy the hunger. Gandhi would say, eat to live, but please do not live to eat. How often people live to eat. They forget the goal and let petty things take priority and fill up their lives. A true yogi shouldn't get tangled up in these things. You need a little food, a little clothing, a shelter. If you're really sleepy, you can sleep anywhere. You don't even need a cozy bed. If you don't feel sleepy, then sit and meditate. So don't waste your time with all these daily petty things. Keep them very simple. Then you'll have more time to spend in pure spiritual pursuits, which is what Krishna is saying. Think on me, intent on me alone. That means that everything you do is for good. It's all for God. Do everything as an offering. Let this constantly be in your mind, which you sit and type, and you're outside digging or cooking or eating and everything. And then it comes to become a continuous meditation. In your regular seated meditation practice, be thinking, how can I make my entire life like this? Just like a meditation. To make a whole day a meditation, you plan here, like winding a clock in the early morning so it goes the whole day. Sit and meditate early so you'll unwind in meditation the whole day. Ultimately, to put more time in meditation, if you use up the only time for meditating, doing yoga postures and breathing practices, then the next day cut those short and increase the meditation. You can do those separately in the afternoons or evenings, but in the morning, if you practice in the morning practice time is limited, and you can spend all of that time for meditation. But do it a little pranayama, a little breathing exercise first. Pranayama is also the first part of meditation. It's not the length, but the quality of meditation that's important. Some try to meditate for a half an hour and can't. But if you prepare properly, even 10 minutes will be very good for meditation. A person should know how deep he or she is going to meditate. It's not so deep if they can't be prepared for. That's why you shouldn't think meditation is the most important thing, so I don't need to do any of the other practices. It's the other practices that help you prepare for the meditation. If you sit half sleeping or thinking on many things, you might say you meditated for an hour, but you didn't. See, the quality is more important than the quantity. And that is the very reason why we suggest a little of all the different types of yoga practices. It's a balance after all. Slowly we prepare the body with the asanas, yoga poses, and prepare the mind with pranayama. This leads to deep meditation. May the light in me be the light in you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.